2024 is all different than all my stuff, but I said to use a new default template, and it's not here. So I have to browse and get my default template. It's like, come on, Revit, put that on the pick'em list. Ah, there we go.
So that's just called default?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not architectural something or other?
No, yeah, it's just the default. It used to be what was called architectural.
What if you use the imperial choice?
You get millions of views that really complicate things, and you'll never see things right. And you get all these weird other things. So at the, I mean, you can do it. If you do it, you just, this over here has like 1,000 views on it. Not that many. It's just got tons and tons and tons of stuff that's hard to find.
But you know, I use just whatever came up. You know,
Yeah, you can do that, but I'm going to tell you that most people in industry hate those new views, and they're all using default. So use the default if you get a chance. Yeah.
So you're making sure it's default and not construction or electrical default.
Correct. Correct. The default gives you the nicest, easiest sets of site and level.
In what folder was where was that stored? The default. I mean, where was it located on the disk?
Just comes up. So if you go new, browse, the place it goes to is the, there it is right there, default. Okay. And then hit OK. And then I'll save it. And you save it as a project. That's what we did before also. And so I need to save it in my work, 301, section 6, demo. There we go. And then I'm going to choose to work on the site plan. And it should say 1 equals 20, 1 inch equals 20 feet. And I'm going to choose to hide in view that whole category. So I'm just starting there. So now here we go. I'm going to make my stuff. And I need to move it so I can see it. And I do that under something called massing and site. I'm going to do some site. I'm going to create property lines by entering them on a table because they're written down for me. And I happen to start with the due east. It doesn't matter. Okay, but I'm gonna start with 63.5. And I'm going to go north 90 degrees to the east. That's due east. Insert a line. And then it's 115 feet. Click. 115 north. And this is kind of cool. I just need to say 3 space 15 and choose west. It's actually pretty quick. And I'm sorry I can't make that any bigger. That's why I'm talking it through. And then I'm going to insert another one. And it's 160 feet north, 90 to the west. That's due west. Start out north, bend 90 degrees to the west. That's due west. Insert another one, 75. And that one's going to go due south. So I can pick south. 0 degrees. And then I'm going to close. And it tells me that I'm 110 feet, 5 and something inches. 110.45. Yep, that looks good. And it's at 68 degrees, 52 minutes, 10 seconds to the east. So it's matching what my drawing was. Okay. I'm going to put that right there. Think. I got it. I have property lines. It's the coolest thing. It's awesome. So there's my property lines. And I did it by massing and sites, property line, sketch. Sorry, table. So now I'm going to annotate those things. And I'm going to put in tags. And when I click on one of these lines, it tells me I don't have a tag loaded. Okay, I'll load one. Yes. And those are annotations. They happen to be civil. We're doing a civil drawing. That's a property tag. Property line tag. Click. Now I've changed mine. Yours is going to come in 2 lines instead of 1. I don't care. You leave it in 2. I actually changed mine. Click, click, click. And then I'm going to click, hold my control button down to get all the rest of them and take away my leader line. And then I happen to bring them a little bit closer. Just using my arrow keys. And I missed that one. There we go. There. So I've got a lot of it done already. Got a lot of my property lines done already. So now the next thing is I need my setbacks. And this is a weird thing. I can't just offset that line. If I go to a detail line and I offset, there's nothing there for me to pick. So I got to kind of jump through hoops a little bit here. I'm going to make a detail line. And I'm going to make them hidden lines. It's over on the line style. And I'm going to pick existing lines to make them from. So I just picked my lines. Enter. Now I have some lines and I can do my offset. Here's where it says how big my offset is. 30 feet. That was cool. And my other ones are 10 feet. And if I pick from the inside, 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 and then I just have one make a corner. Huh, that was cool. Now I'm going to get rid of my detail lines because sometimes they're in the way. So I just picked my details. I'm rocking and rolling. I'm doing great. So now I need my building pad. So I know that there's a line here that's 50 feet long. And I'm just going to hit escape. And that there's some line that's 40 feet long. I came actually really close on those. Okay. And so now I can make a building pad, also make it hidden line. I'm going to start there. And I'm going to make it, I just pick a distance and then I click 36 feet, click 24 feet. And see, sometimes it goes the right way. Sometimes it goes the wrong way. I'm going to pick those and I'm going to move it Oop, I got too much. I just want to get it out of there. I don't know why I'm getting all of that. But that's okay. So now if I want to get all of this to match up with this, I can again do the move command. Move. All of that stuff. And I'm going to move, actually, let me move this one down. It'll be a little bit easier to find. So I'm going to highlight my stuff, move, and I'm going to come over and get that little spot. I use my tracking. I'm going to move it right to the end. And there I go. Now I should be able to get rid of these. And hopefully, when I put my dimensions on, oh, I'm off just a little bit. So I have to move this 1 13/16 up. So I'll just pick a spot, move it up 1 13/16 inch. Now it says 50. So it's very similar to AutoCAD. And I think, oh, now I have to do some text. The second one over here is the curved leader. And so this one should say like, and I should pick probably the 3/32 size. 30-foot. It's all capitals. Front, setback. And then this can go anywhere. "10-foot side and rear setback." And that's what I want you to do. That's it. That's your property line plan. So now we're going to change this site plan, right click, rename property lines. So that's about 10 or 15 minutes of work if you know it, probably about 30 or 40 if you have to go, but it's really just drawing. Just look at the thing. The drawing tools are all here under annotate and detail line. The hard part that's new is this property line. But look, it tells me the area and all sorts of stuff about it, which is really cool. It lets me tag those right off the bat, so I know that I've got it right. So let me go ahead and demonstrate now the topo. So right click, duplicate view with detailing, and I'm going to rename it topo view. Or topo. Now I'm going to get rid of a few things. There we go. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna make a topography. And I'm sorry if this is a little clunky in my demo. I still struggle with this. I had it down with 10 years of Revit, and then they changed it a week before we started class. I don't know what's binging at me right now, but Something is. So pardon me if I stumble a little bit. I'm still figuring this out. View. Sorry. Massing and site. Topo solid. Click the little arrow, and we're going to create it from a sketch. I have the site drawn. But the first thing I need to do is make a sketch. And that's where this little pick lines tool comes in handy. Pick lines and pick those property lines to identify what the topo lines are. And then click the green check mark. And now I'm going to modify the sub elements. Right now, those are all put at 0, 0. And I know that some of these have an elevation. So modify the sub elements. This one, if I click on it, it tells me it's at 0. It's hard to see, but it's there, 0. So that one's correct. Let me go click on the next one. It's also at 0. And what should that one have been? 6. And I'm already in it, but I'll put feet. Click outside of it. How about this one? 5. And this one also was 5 feet. Whoop. Got to click on the little box. 5 feet. 4. It doesn't look like much is happening until I hit escape. I'm done. And now all of a sudden it draws my contours for me. It's like, that used to take us, we'd cut this line using the divide command into 6 and cut this one using the divide command. We'd hook them all up, and man, it was hard. Now, there's a few things that are wrong with this. It's hard to see. One is that little thing is showing up in this view. I don't want it. So I'm going to hide that element. Oops. Now I can get it. So that I can just see that. And now I don't see my property lines as dashed anymore, because this topo solid is like sitting on top of it and it's too heavy. So I need to modify how that, and it's too heavy anyway. Those should always be light in the background. So here's how you do it. You click on it, and then you right click and override those automatic graphics by the element. Those happen to be projection lines. Some people just throw it right into halftone. I prefer to change the color by hand so I can really adjust it. And then when I apply it, that looks pretty good. Now, did I erase my property lines? Okay. No, I didn't erase them. Yes, I did. I accidentally erased my property lines. It's okay. Let's see. Did I erase them over here too? And here I can hide that entire element. So if I need to, I can copy those, I think, and put them back over here.
When you were,
I don't know. I do stuff in the new version that kind of messes me up.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, the topo lines that you've drawn here are not very topographic.
Yeah, they are. They're exactly topographic.
Well, I mean, typically when you look at topo,
Those are contour lines. hard for you to see them.
Well, I can see the lines, it's just that they seem very angular.
Well, sure, when you grade a lot, that's usually what's going to happen.
I see. So this would represent something that's been graded.
Yeah.
How does it know where to put in the
It
break in
well,
line?
because we didn't do every little spot. I mean, I could go in and put in a bunch more around here and it would change it. If I wanted to say this building pad is built up and everything slopes down from there, I can actually take this if I felt like it and go add some points at a level.
So you picked an elevation there, is that right? And then,
Yeah, and then, so see how that changes it all?
so because that pad is flat, right?
Yeah.
You specified an elevation for the four
Yeah.
corners.
So it just, but this is typically what you're going to see when it's graded. You might even add what's called a spot slope so people know how it got graded. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Now, here's the other cool thing is corners usually have a spot elevation. So I just triple click. Yeah, because if I double click and then move, it puts an arrow in. And usually for what we do in our program, we just kind of like get them set there. And then I'll click on it and move this so that it's not, so that it's outside of the property. Click, grab the little dot, move it outside the property. So there you go. Now I've got a topo. There's a few little things that you can do. You can go to these symbols and add a north symbol. There are other symbols in here if you want. No, our new one just has this one clunky north symbol. You can put a north arrow in. So there you go. Property lines, topo view. And that's it. That's your whole civil for this class. So we get into a lot more of it when we, oh yeah, let me just show you one other really cool thing that you don't have to do. But if you look at views, let's say you want to get a section view through this lot. Now all of a sudden it's created a section view for me. Man, this is fast. And if you decide that you want to put, some site components in there like a tree, maybe you put a tree there and a tree there. All of a sudden they show up too. Except I'm not showing it. I'm not showing enough depth to it, probably. There we go. This is a good, powerful. You don't have to do this. I just wanted to show you some of the cool things you can do. And if you wanted to, you could insert the building that you've already made and plop it right where that pad goes. A little bit of work to put it at the right height and things like that. But it's like really quickly you can put your building on there.
How do you add the topo view?
The section view,
It says topo.
this is a section.
I know, but the topo, what were the commands?
That one,
Yeah, how did you create that tab?
how did I create the tab?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to my property lines. I went right click, duplicate view with detailing.
Ah, thank you. Okay, cool.
Okay, and then I put my topography on top of it. Cool. Okay, so there you go. Why don't you take about half an hour to an hour to do as much as you can. I'll come around and do some help. So cool. Okay.
After having done all this work, I don't want to go back and.
No, you're fine.
Just continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so you
Because I
can
just-
see there's just a ton of extra stuff that's just like
So,
in the way.
and I see that.
Yep.
And that'll create a new little.
Yep.
Deal here, and then you would name,
Uh-huh.
follow. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. All right. How's this looking? Ready to go. Yes, create by entering the distances. And here, I'll put this up so that you can, it's the easiest way to see those. Here, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to add this to the
Are you gonna put this in as a demo, what you've done so far?
yeah, actually what I'm going to do right now is a new slide. There's the information for what you're going to type in on those. Okay. So you can kind of see that. If you're having a hard time looking at that and figuring it out, this is kind of what you're going to type in. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop the video.